Well, we started with the Property Ombudsman. Back when they asked us to researched us, and we had to have one of their examinations, and so they sent us Referenceline forms. Had to send 10 of those out to last 10 clients who we'd sold for, and last 10 buyers. So we did that, and then waited with slight trepidation to what the results may have been. We all think we do a good job, but it's not until somebody actually sits down with a piece of paper and tells you whether it's a good job that you actually know what you're doing. So they came back, we were pleased with the results, and felt actually it was a good thing. It kept us on our toes, it highlighted quite a few areas where we were perhaps weak, we could strengthen on them. And as I said, we always think we're doing a good job, but until somebody writes it down and tells you you're not doing a good job, then you don't really know about it fully. So it highlighted these areas, we've been able to strengthen on those, and the last 3 years I think we've probably carried it on. We've got 198 references. Not everybody sends a reference back. We have got some which are not complimentary, but that actually helps balance out quite a lot of what we do, because a lot of the other ones are very complimentary, with 198 references, averaging over 9 on all of them. You do need some which say, this wasn't ideal, they relied too much heavily on this, or I would never touch these people again with a barge pole, to actually show that it's realistic. It's not us fudging the figures, it's actually realistic. What we do with it now is we send it back. Our clients ask us about these various things. What do we do? How do we sell things? And it's very difficult to differentiate yourself from another estate agent until you mention, well, if you want to know how we act, go to Referenceline, have a look, or go through the Property Ombudsman scheme. That's the route that I tend to send people, because then they can do a comparison between us with 198 references and Joe Bloggs, who's down the street, who perhaps had 2 and then didn't bother doing anything else. Out of their 2, they might have a higher reference, but 2 people telling you are fantastic is not quite the same as 198. And that's what we've used it for. It's a good marketing tool. It's very good for actually putting you in the right direction. If you're not doing things right, people will tell you, and you can then actually adjust what you're doing to suit. One criticism we had was we didn't tell people whether the property would remain on the market or not. We now do that on every single sales summary that's sent out, so people know exactly where they stand. Although when we look at our statistics, 67% of people see that, 33% of them clearly don't, but that just shows that not everybody reads all the while. And we found it overall it's a very good, very, very good tool. People like it, we know people look at it, and we encourage people to send it back. It's free to send it back, why wouldn't they? And unless they just can't be bothered. I think we probably get somewhere around about a 50% return rate. It's going to be that sort of order, I'd have thought, top of my head. So we're pleased with it, and we'll be carrying on doing it, and be interested to see when we top the 1,000 returns. But yeah, well worth doing.